Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird, Einstein Evangeline, coming to you from St. Francis Residence in New York. I'm going to start with the book Jordan B. Peterson, 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. Over here he asks, I think this is 4, the rule 4. It says, pay attention. Okay, and then down here he says, 3 questions. What is it that is bothering me? What is bothering me is the fact that there are lower creatures who have snuck into human forms, okay, and are causing chaos. Is that something I could fix? I'm hoping as Einstein I can fix it, like Einstein fixed World War II. He saw that Hitler wanted war, and he got out of Germany before he was exterminated, like the other Jews that were in denial. He told President Roosevelt and Prime Minister Churchill that they should build the bomb because Hitler was serious. He wanted war. Chamberlain was a powerhouse in England, denied it. He said no, he's a peace-loving person, he wants to get along. Churchill and Roosevelt listened to Einstein and built the bomb, so when Japan went crazy with the kamikazes and the suicide bombers, President Truman, who was Singh Birdsong, could stop them. President Eisenhower was Jandar Vansica, a saint, WWll Singh. President Truman was a saint, Jagat Singh. Okay, so I'm just telling you. Now, let's see what the next question is. Would I actually be willing to fix it? Of course I'm willing to fix it. That's why I'm making this video. So President Trump, who is in the place of President Roosevelt, and Theresa May, who is in the place of Churchill, can listen to Einstein even though he's in a girl body. Evangeline, from a line of angels. Okay, now let me read. I wrote my thoughts so it would be organized. I'm going to have to read fast because I got a lot of thoughts. Breaking news. Okay, I'll talk about something else to begin with. Trump, Putin, press conference. Eve to Gurinder Singh. Gurinder Singh is Jesus Christ, the greatest good source. Okay, he's the greatest good. Okay, and the great tested energy divine. Energy divine. He has divine energy. Okay? He's Trump. Okay, she's talking to Gurinder Singh. Einstein's talking to Gurinder Singh. Trump's doing good. Thank you for intervening. When I asked you. I hoped you would. Noting the difference in sizes. Okay, so that was her. She was thanking Gurinder Singh for sending Trump to us because she had written a letter to God asking him to intervene and not let Jezebel Hillary win and destroy our country. She actually asked for Ben Carson, but God knew best. Ben Carson is too soft-hearted to fight with the snakes. So he's doing fine with HUD, however. So noting the difference in sizes, this is about Putin and Trump. The prizes, doesn't matter what size it is. By the way, guns is the equalizer. So it's the brilliance of mind thinking and strength of will that determines adult, child, whether you're an adult or a child still. Okay, new order for the world. No smoke. This is in heaven. No smoking. No cannibals. Not one person here at St. Francis. What's that? No what? Oh, no cockroaches. Okay. Now one person here. Well, let's see. No cockroaches. Right. Now, one person here, as St. Francis, is qualified to go to heaven because they're cannibals. Most have the, I've set the example of a consciousness of cockroach, for a set of conscious cockroaches crawling around with nothing much on their minds except always searching for smoke crumbs. Never mind, they're dirty. One came over and picked up a half-smoked bat off the ground and smoked it. Okay, and see, a person like that doesn't belong in heaven. She can't appreciate heaven. She needs to go someplace they have butts on the ground. Okay, and crawling around. Not one person here has grown in the 2 years I've been here to stop coughing, acting out a chimney consciousness, sucking on expensive sticks, sucking up smoke, blowing out like the muffler exhales the gas. There goes Bill hobbling like the hobby horse that he is. Holly Hobby. Okay, I just saw Holly Hobby. A Holly Hobby horse. God in Love. This is a play I'm writing, a musical. This is things from it. God said to me when he was very white, "You blow my mind. Can't get enough of your love, baby." Who knew somebody mind and soul could blow God's mind? Who knew somebody's mind and soul could blow God's mind? In other words, who knew Einstein, Evangeline could blow God's mind? Here are the photos I want to thank you, Baba G. You're so good to me. That's what happened. And now I go. When I was with Michael, my second husband, it came into my mind that I'm interesting enough, amusing enough to be a rich man's wife. My mother said to me, you could fall in love with a rich man just like you can a poor man. But I've never had the desire to do that, nor have I had the confidence to do that. Okay, so I said I never dreamed I was interesting enough to blow God. Gurinder Singh, J for Jesus, I for Christ, I Christ. Gurinder Singh's I is Christ. The Buddha, industrialist, capitalist. These are his identities, some of them. Payne Whitney, Barry White's mind. That's what happens when you can blow these people's minds when your mother was a saint. WWll, Singh G, Jesus I Christ, General Dwight David Eisenhower. She's now Sardar Renziger. You can also blow God's mind when you're Socrates. You tell yourself to know yourself. As Einstein, you're smart enough to realize you have to find yourself first. As Charles Darwin, you research the evolution of species. You become a disciple. Okay, as Einstein, Evangeline, you become a disciple of a perfect living master, Charan Singh. Okay, now up here with Dwight David Eisenhower, president, and Einstein, and the other man that won World War II, Harry Truman, president, was Singh Birdsong, Jagat Singh, the saint. So they were the most powerful men in the world at that time. So she becomes your mother. So when she becomes your mother, when Eisenhower, WWll, Singh becomes your mother, she's the feminine version of being the most powerful leader in her community, her world. Most beautiful, smartest woman. So she has the self-confidence to model being herself. So in other words, you can qualify to interest God as a woman if you have the confidence to be yourself. And I just named why Evangeline has the confidence, because her mother did. When your great-grandmother, I'm telling more reasons why, Chief Sitting Bull, Sally Kendricks, turns you on to astrology, later you find one of the people you have been was Evangeline, Adam's master astrologer. Once my horoscope was created, I learned all kinds of details about myself. Remember Socrates said, know thyself? So the same human being is evolving through these identities to know herself, you see? Because when she is herself, she'll be unique. And every unique person is fascinating. There are so few. That's why those who are in such great demand. Because everybody's trying to impress people. Everybody's phony, wearing phony hair and phony clothes and phony faces and saying phony words. So that's boring. Even though other phonies act out with them a little bit, they're all bored, silly. My master assured me I was on the right track. Uniqueness. For uniqueness, on the right track when I was checking out my horoscope with astrology. What's her name? Nancy Reagan, former First Lady, used astrology to help President Reagan make decisions. But the problem is, good ones, they're almost impossible to find. So they give astrology a bad name. Uniqueness. For uniqueness, see Twyla Thorpe's choreography in the video Hair, Aquarius. This is a very wonderful video. Aquarius is my rising sign, the sign of genius, the sign of rebel, the sign of quirky, disheveled. Note to myself, take a picture of Sidney Poitier, who's a Pisces. I've read his book, Measure of a Man. It's excellent. He was a great man. And yet, you know, his upbringing lend itself to him becoming independent and courageous. So, wow, I read. This is going to cost me $22 at Duane Reade. Before I started to worry, I remember what St. Paul, Mike Murdoch, head of the Wisdom Center in Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas area said. He said, God, can get you money anywhere you are. These saints and singers are talking to Eve. The world is all about God's girl. It's all about Eve. Name of a TV show, or perhaps it was a movie. You see how the culture sucked off of Eve's life and created movies and songs and things? The people in their conceit, their vanity, assume a Me Too attitude. He means me too when he says he can get money to you anywhere you are. They don't know who he is. They presume. They don't even know who they are, who they've been. They don't even know that they've been before this life. Somebody said, don't ever underestimate the ignorance of the masses. Theoretical physicist, scientist Michio Kaku says, Americans are dummies. They have the worst education system known to science. If we didn't have a secret weapon, the genius visa, where we fast-track geniuses from India and China, and they create all kinds of new technology for us, we wouldn't have such a rich nation. See that? And now the Indians and Chinese are staying in their countries. So we better get our heads together and start creating something for ourselves. And stop depending on other people to work and develop their brains and then use them on our behalf. If Einstein hadn't come to America and told them what he knew, which was that Hitler wanted war, he told Churchill, I said this already, and Roosevelt, you better build an atomic bomb. Germany's going to build one. Yeah, he was smart. Before I knew I was Einstein, I was amazed at how smart that everybody else was stupid and stayed around in line, going to the ovens, talking about where we going, when all the evidence was there. They just were in denial. So, I'm saying, would President Trump, today's Roosevelt and Theresa May today, Prime Minister Churchill, listen to Einstein today, who is a girl, Evangeline Adams, and save the world? Just in case Einstein warns, There's been a bigger trick than anyone in the history of the world except the saints, the master race, and the trick is that low creatures have snuck into human forms by making fools of themselves. They told themselves they are good souls, therefore they are human. Though they are not advanced souls, they have attracted to themselves better and better advanced bodies. In other words, coming from a skunk to a dog to a cow to a human. Now even dinosaurs are hiding in human bodies because they believe their own lies that they have evolved to the level of humanity. But you can tell they're not. They haven't evolved. Otherwise they wouldn't be chopping off people's heads and killing their own children and making their own wives prisoners and wearing black. I mean, what a hit, they're so hideous looking. You are given what you believe according to your belief is where you take seat and eat. The legal human beings believed the illegal who project their evilness onto the good. The humans, example, onto the good humans. Example, former slave owners tell the former slaves that they are guilty of slavery, that their ancestors owned slaves. They believe them. The good people believe them. That is the crux of the problem. The white people in the right and conservative black people in the right feel guilty because they don't have the information about reincarnation and projecting. So they keep paying the former slave owners believing they are honest human beings. Meanwhile, the former slave owners, Muslim cannibal dinosaurs in human garb, are taking over the world. Einstein Evangeline message to the White House and Churchill's successor: better realize you can't placate cannibal dinosaurs. You can save yourself and the people you're supposed to protect by using objective logic, not emotions. They block you from seeing the truth. Talk and share you see clearly using. If you use talk and share, you can start to see clearly. The former slave traders, the African kings, and Muslim teams are winning because they've cheated from the beginning. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. That's what T. Harv Eker, the Canadian self-help guru, teaches. And I find to be true. The former slave owners, Muslims and Africans, are still cheating. They are crashing the borders of heaven. They're not all dinosaurs. They are definitely not beings human, however. Many have devolved and become like Stevie Wonder, Hitler, hiding under the skin of a blind black man designed to get him so much sympathy everybody will applaud his every effort to make it in life. Imagine, Hitler has $100 million and Einstein, Evangeline, who saved the world from Hitler, the Nazi Party, the socialists, destroying all but the Aryan race, has $26. You've been had, people. You'll be no more if you don't kill the dinosaurs, the snakes, the disease-spreading cockroaches, poisonous spiders, and other parasites hiding in human forms about to destroy paradise. You'd all be dead if the leaders hadn't acted on what the smartest man, Einstein, said. Will these leaders stop the cannibal, sneaking cheaters so civilized world can go on living the good life? This is a cockroach consciousness garden. I don't have to get up. That's all the sides of this. This is the rest of the garden. I'll walk around so you can see how beautiful, being sarcastic, it says it is. Can you see? If you can't see, it's because a cockroach light. If you have a human being light, you'll see that this is dirty, disgusting, and not worthy of human habitation. I can't see. Okay, I don't want to run out of time here. Okay. This is a cockroach consciousness garden. Some vines, a couple of flowers, cigarette butts, and paper strewn about. A bag of pine soil that's been sitting here a week, serving no purpose except to be an eyesore. Cockroaches are ugly. They are comfortable with ugliness. I can show you pictures upstairs of a real garden. A garden human beings created. Indeed, God realized human beings created at the Delhi in India, where the master race is from. And the Sadguru there sat and grew heads and inspires ideas that come up to his level. Although Babaji, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, says the Dara was and is created based on the standards of the energy which the race of masters, or master race, read in the heart of Einstein's brain, logical, and Evangeline from a line of angels, from the heavens, the stars, the sun and moon, and plans of energies alien to this plan civilization. This, by the way, is the plan of the apes, okay? Don't think it's not. Don't think that was just a movie. That's reality. That's why there's so many apes here. And the creator is an ape, a cannibal ape, Adam, named Michael Bublé. Evangeline is from the ocean of light. Everybody knows the truth is the light. The truth of the amount of light cockroaches have shows in how they chose to make their outdoors a place where anybody with any need for order and beauty would avert their eyes and hold their nose. Everybody knows that hellholes are created wherever liberals rule. See video by St. Peter's son, Reverend Jesse Peterson, the brother of Dr. Jordan Peterson, and Einstein. Evangeline was St. Peter's daughter. His video is done tongue-in-cheek because he's not willing to say or does not know the reason liberals cannot see catastrophe is because they have the energy bodies of bumblebees. No humility. Sting like a bee, said black Muslim Muhammad Ali, who couldn't see what a real heavyweight champion saw. Joe Louis showed he could see. We all need to do our parts to keep our part of the world safe according to our taste and advanced group of human race. Otherwise, the cannibals will capsize our humanity. To see the video, Google, write it down so you can see it. Liberals are turning America into a ghetto. Again, by Reverend Jesse Peterson. Who thinks the 8,000 black people killed by other black people is a normal behavior for human being alive? No one with the right amount of light would think that's normal. That's normal behavior for jungles of wild animals, not for mature human adults. Low animals have taken over much of the world. Haiti is not greatly populated by energy that belongs in human forms. But I said they've convinced themselves they're as good as saints, missionaries, artists, musicians, electricians, plumbers, good mothers and fathers, true husbands and loyal wives. They then ignore their lower behavior and focus on other mistakes who cave in. The cannibals are blind. They can't see difference in different minds. Oh, that's just my eye in designs of Einstein. Okay, then different, and then we decode Einstein. Energy in saint energy, I-N. Einstein's energy eye is that of a saint. Got it. True saints can see. See, these people, like I said, are snakes and bumblebees. They can't see cockroaches. They can't see beauty. What they think is beautiful if you're a cockroach, but not if you're a human being. Okay, so we'll go here. True saints can see. I'll say it again. Okay. Song. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. The reign of terror, Obama song, gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me down. The confusion of seeing human beings act weird, not realizing they're not human being energies in those human forms. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day, because I can see now. All right, this is Miles Red's song, Birdsong, in New York City. Einstein, Evangeline, will talk to you again. Please think of what I've said and do something about it. Wake the fuck up while we still have a place, because these people are taking over the world. God said it's time to take life seriously, and he was talking to you, not just to his woman Eve. So long.